Hello and welcome back to the Blobber Plays Overlord minions. I'm gonna try and finish the campaign if we can stomach the rest of it. We are up to Elfland. I've made an interesting discovery, my master. It seems that all is not well in the kindred family. How delightful. Ash and his shamanic elves have discovered rare vials of dragon's blood. Instead of giving it to the father, they're using it for experiments. Elves are notoriously selfish creatures. I certainly wouldn't want to see dragons roaming these parts again. People romanticize them, but, well, they were 10 tons of muscle with a flamethrower attached, with a brain the size of a gooseberry. You better spur your minions on through the treetop outpost. We need to find out what the elves are up to with the dragon blood. We can't have it getting into the wrong hands. Well, only if it's our wrong hands. Ready, boys? Stench like pretty plantsies, master. So many pretty plantsies. No, Stench. In these parts, they'll probably bite your head off. I do like my head more than plantsies. Move out. Alright. And it doesn't look like the game is too loud to you. Let me know if you think it needs changing. Everything looks okay-ish to me. No, it needs to not be you, because we need strong guy for moving the blocks. So we use the other two. Although, no, it looks like actually we just move the blocks, and then we get to take everyone across, maybe. Huh? I guess it's going to be everyone but Stinky at the moment? No, it's not a case of burn the vines to get in. Can we shoot through the door? No? What the hell else are we supposed to do, game? Okay, we're meant to come on this thing. See you, Pro Grumbler. Have a nice day, mate. May the rest of your day be cyberdeck free. But I need the fourth person. Oh, is it that it moves back and forth while both are pressed? Well, then I can't do that unless I grab brown person back here. Yeah, so that was me misunderstanding. I thought it was going to be we have to hop on and off to make it go back and forth. But it's just a hop. Once you've pressed the buttons, the platform goes back and forth forever. There must be some sort of order that we need to press them in? How we were meant to know that? Ah, there's a readable thing here. The second rule of magic states that only through mastery of the first rule shall the third be revealed. So 2, 1, 3. Is how we were meant to know to do 2, then 1, then 3. But we just brute forced our answer. Let's grab the others. Grab everyone. We need to make get 2 arms for the turnstile. Path of Knowledge. No, blue guy is separate. He got stuck. Alright. How do we make the third one move, then? Okay, like that. I'm glad to hear, Decoy. I really like, I like learning about more games in Sellout Sunday and Movie Monday. They aren't always good. There are an astonishing amount of tie-ins. There are so many. Up until, like, the end of the Wii era, there is no end of movie and other crossover tie-in shillery. Okay. Come on. Deposit the thing. Thank you. What's this one? Path of Knowledge and Courage. Okay, so you have to do the other one before that one opens. This is telling us to do the Path of Courage first. Presumably this has something to do with fighting. Would KOTOR 1 and 2 fit under the sellout? Yeah, they're trying to sell you a video game based on your love of Star Wars. That totally fits. It would not fit so much for Movie Monday in that it's not trying to directly tie to a single movie, right? Okay, so one of us needs to stay here and the other three need to go over to the other area? Hmm. You could do several months worth of Star Wars games. We are planning to do a month of Star Trek games later this year. Because it's going to be the Star Trek 50th anniversary in September. So we plan to do Trek-tember. Come on, pick it up. Pick it up. Yeah. Games got expensive to make, so they stopped making shitty tie-in games, basically. You can't think of any infamous... Oh, I can. Oh, I can. Let's grab everyone, and then you, and then this. There's some that I'm not looking forward to in terms of they're probably going to be horrible. Like the ones for the Mega Drive and SNES. Okay. Hell, I had... What was its name? Sure it had Dark in the title. Yet it's not giving it to me. Bah! Not away team, which is what it's trying to tell me it is. Whatever. Not finding it quickly enough. But I definitely had that, and I even had a poster for it. It wasn't very good, is all I will say there. Spiral Wind. Magic is created from the 4 elements: fire, wind, earth, and water. So presumably you have to push them in the right order? Fire. Earth. Which I'm going to take to be the green spiral. Wind. And finally, water. No? Did I misremember? Fire? Ah, fire, wind, earth, water. I did misremember. No, I didn't. Fire, wind, earth, water. Fire, wind, earth, water. Oh, let's go again. Fire. Double check, because apparently I'm stupid. Wind. Earth. Wind. Earth. Water. This time it works. Okay, we've got another turnstile. Oh my god. Plant destroyed us. And we have to go all the way back to the spawning. Actually, we don't necessarily have to. Let's see if we can just do this last bit with one of us. Though I doubt we can. We need Stinky at least. Revive our friends. Bring our friends. No! Well, everyone but you, get off. Oh my... Well, leave you alone. Alright, now why was there a stink plant? We haven't seen a use for the stink plant yet. Because it's necessary to blow up these? So I guess you can stay here. We're gonna have to do that again, because it's gonna run out. Alright. Victory! Come on, game. Whatever, we'll do 2 of you at a time. Alright. Finish turnstile. Good. No, blue! Hey, Tails, mate. You gotta go do some real-life chores? Do your chores. Yeah, we'll be having an alright time. Even Cyberdeck wasn't ultra terrible. It was just a bit janky and unreasonably tight on its timings that it needed for making those jumps. Please let me out? Yes. Come on. Put... Thank you. We need to get our fourth person. Revive. Come with me. Have a Tails-tastic day. Aww. You too. You too. Alright, we've opened up the way through the center. We need to go back and revive the dead. Grab our last team member. All bonus chests found. Shoots and leaves. Great work, Dark Lord. You truly are a masterful minion manipulator. Minions, the area you're about to enter is highly magically charged. See the moving platforms? They don't call this place the Floating Forest for nothing. I don't like it. I feel ill. Yeah, minions don't fly. It's cool. Fresh air. I can understand that, Zap. You've been spending a lot of time in Stench's company. I'm afraid you'll have to guide the minions upwards. The most important areas in this place are at the top. That's where you'll find out what Ash has been doing with the blood. Look on the bright side about Giblet's stomach, sire. There's always a chance he might vomit on an elf. Hold it in and don't look down. Up you go, boys. Yeah, and we even ride an elevator into the start of the next level. That's a nice meshing of story and what happens mechanically. Are these teleporters? Yes, we have a new mechanic, teleporter. And we have new enemy. Vampire thing with sword. My assumption was that this would allow you to go somewhere there. Okay, it lets them go there. Through the other room. Gotta do your groceries. The shit. Why did the door close? Huh? I think we soft-locked the level. Definitely looks like we've soft-locked the level. Let's hit the restart. Cheers. You. And if it doesn't freak out. Go. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, okay. It's because there's a switch on top of this. So you can super duper soft lock this, which is not a good design. Dare I say it is a terrible design. What else do you want me to do? There isn't anywhere else to go, game. I guess I could bring the explodey chest over here, but to what use? Wouldn't we need 2 explodey chests? Wouldn't we need, like, 1 here? And another one... here? But maybe it reaches further than I think it does. No? Is there a stink plant that I didn't pay attention to? No? Well, the only other thing to try... Oh, it spawns more than one! That is new. These have always been finite before. Alright. Like, if you've grabbed a barrel, it's only ever been a single barrel. But this one lets you grab as many barrels as you want. Well then. That might do it. Let's have a go. Not quite. Well, more barrels is the answer. No, that one was in a good position. Yeah, that might work. Oh, come on, you should be able to reach that barrel. Game says no. The game continues to say no. That looks good. No! Okay, that looks good. Maybe the first barrel needs to actually be like here? Sure, try that. Alright, that was more tedious than it needed to be. But we got there, despite the painfulness of getting it to click where you want. Does the Pokédex have something to say about our new enemy? Killer plant, no speed. They have 2 wide leafy tendrils and a blood-red flower for a nose and 2 stalks with eyes. The stalks double as cannons, out of which to shoot pollen. They have totally static and cannot move, however, they have powerful melee attacks using their tendrils and can cast spells such as Damage Cloud and Heal Cloud. Winged Elf. It's totally not a demon, it's a winged elf. 656 stats. Winged elves are intelligent fighters, react to location and health of their allies. They've got a fairly decent melee attack, they're relatively quick and can fly, meaning they reach locations minions can't. If they are close to small plants, they also have access to summoning spells. They can summon plants to defend them or help attack in battle. I mean, I feel like I can win this via attrition. Well, that's buggy as shit. There's no way we were supposed to be able to do that. Zero way we were supposed to be able to do that. How do we open that door, though? How do we open that door? Ah, by standing on that. Have we tried knocking? There's no one inside, sadly. Alright, that gets us the key. The key gets us to open the door. Looks like we need one more press. Yeah, I was about to say, why didn't the teleporter work? But that only brings one of us across, and we need to get all of us across. So now we have a little bit of actual puzzle. There's 2 of us. There's 3 of us. One more. Alright. Everyone across, puzzle mastered. Okay, you two need to go on ahead. Which then lets the first 2 catch back up. Yes. Somewhat. It lets them catch up somewhat. Which then lets you two... Please, just count as standing on the button. Alright, there we go. Very good. But the door isn't open. Possibly because you aren't standing on these? Possibly because this needs to be unpressed. Possibly because yours needs to be unpressed. There's nothing else we can do. Oh. You press that enough time. Okay, so this is... Despite the fact that it's a green and red button, you can press it more than once. Which is deceptive. It's not just got 2 states, it has more than the 2 states it shows visually. Hmm. Let's assume that those guys cause a teleporter to exist underneath where the other 2 are, because that's what it looks like. Yeah. Hmm. None of the rest of those seem to go anywhere at the moment. Maybe these can... Okay. The trouble is the platforms take too long. So, wait for them to get back. Hop on. There's a stink plant, but why would we want a stink plant? To blow up that. Alright. That isn't progress, though. That's just an extra collectible. So I think we ignore that. Collectibles don't really seem to do anything other than, like, make number go bigger for percent completion. No, come on! Ugh. Brown. You idiot, Brown! Well, I give up on you. Alright, now everyone is here. Green. Brown. Grab everyone. Victory! Canopy capers. Them flying elves is bad news, boss. It must be what Ash has been doing with the blood. If the elves weren't bad enough when they walked on the ground, well, no wonder Ash wasn't too keen to give up the blood. You holding up okay, Giblet? You big bag of wuss? It's okay, Giblet, just bash with eyes closed. How practical of you. Now, Master, we need to guide the minions into the inner sanctum of the treetop colony. That's where you will find Ash. Beware, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of his forces. Don't rush ahead. You're up high now, and there could be strong winds to contend with. You don't want to end up with a forest bug munching on the contents of your splattered skulls. Not that there'd be much to munch on, sire. As you're clearly the brains of this outfit. Alright. Do we know what this button does? This button sends people to the right. Do we know what this button does? Does this button and this button conflict? Yes. Okay, we need to bring Stink up here? Is what I'm seeing. Do we have a source of Stink? Not as far as I know. So let's try going up. Right didn't give us anything. And this needs a key. But there's nowhere else! Alright, I must have missed something about this other area. Simply no other option. So what did I miss? Okay, and I'm just meant to blow that up without... That feels really weird, the way that it wouldn't walk forwards. There we go. Pity it wasn't such a fast trek back for everyone. Yeah, this is a stylus more than mouse, but I think even with a stylus this would be clunky, Finboy. There's not a lot of... The ones where the stylus is really, really better are where there's a lot of click and hold and drag. This is usually just click, drag a line across one thing. And then otherwise there's some short taps to throw things and long taps to do something else that I've forgotten. So it plays reasonably okay with a mouse. It's really games where you have to click hold and then do all sorts of drawing at the same time that are the worst, in my experience, for emulated DS. Okay, some sort of button puzzle to get that chest. Is there anything else there? It doesn't look like there's anything else there. So this might be purely optional. But then how do we get onto the high ground? We need to open up this way. Move this thing. Oh, there's a button up there. Alright. that will let you get up to the top bit. And press the button, which opens the way to the left. And the middle, but the high middle. Looks like we only need to leave one person here. Grab everyone else. See if now we can go to the high bit of the middle. And let's just go to the left, but to what end? We need to be stinky. Oh my god, please, both of you. Well, we might actually want you. Okay, Stinky. Walk nice and slowly so we stay invisible. Stinky dies. We need to revive you. Send you in again. Minion wave tactics. Need to be invisible. Really? Ah, and we press these two, which we can already do. Alright, alright, alright. Victory! Of a sort, but how does that help me? Because that's the exit? Yes. Only strongman needs to... Oi. Okay, no, there's not actually a way to go over there. No, there is. I'm just assuming that there isn't. Okay, we don't know what pushing that button has done. It is unclear. It brought us back to the middle. How does that help? Probably doesn't. Well, I guess it maybe lets us go do this right side. So you guys now will need to come back as well. So do you, which we achieve by killing you. Maybe? No, you don't want to die. Okay, you will die eventually, it's just picky. Grab blue back. No, it looks like if anyone stinky needs to be the one to go up the elevator here. Now, do we want to press or do we want to not press these buttons is the next question. This is a nice little extra puzzle to get the chest. Done. Okay, what does the hint thing tell us? That's a pretty blatant hint, but okay. Say Dino Crisis level, give you the answer there. Dino Crisis Resident Evil. The answer is directly next to the puzzle. Now, come on. I'm clicking the detach from it. Thank you. Alright. That lets Stinky back down. But I'm not sure what we're supposed to do now. Okay, go to the middle is the answer. So you two, here. Join the others. I said join the others. Go back, revive Blue. Victory. Treetop Trouble. You little fools! Blundering into my forest, destroying my plants, killing my guards, do you know what you've done? We bashed lots. You've let them in. Who them? The Kindred. You Kindred, stupid elf. I am Kindred, it's true, but we are freaks, all freaks. But he made us so. Silus Sylvanus, the one some call Silver and some call Father. I call him nothing. He made us and cast us out into the scorched lands to do his bidding. I will not bow to another of his freaks, no matter how perfect he believes them to be. He wanted the dragon's blood that my elves found on their quests, but I wouldn't give it to them. I've hidden it, protected it, and I've been using it to create a new family in my own image. Now your actions have allowed the Kindred to sneak in and steal my blood. You're in league with Silver. You must be. Why else would you do such a thing? For fun? Look at you. You could only be the creation of a madman. No talk about master like that. Your allegiance is clear. Little freaks, you will die as Silver must. Okay, boss man? How do we hurt new boss man? Resummon. 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 I said resummon. Well, that Ash was certainly a talker. That's elves for you, always in love with the sound of their own voice. But Silius Sylvanus, creature, the one he called Silver, sounds dubious. It seems he is the mastermind behind their operation. I spent enough time cutting off heads, master. Now it's time to strike a blow at the body of the kindred beast. Ash mentioned the Scorch Lands. We'll head there next, in a hospitable place if ever there was one. But then the minions don't need hospitality, just something to kill, stab, and set fire to. Come on, let's take the long, dark arm of overlording to the Scorched Lands. An unusually easy boss compared to the other bosses, that had all sorts of, like, you must trigger them to be vulnerable mechanics. That teleporter in the floating forest has taken the minions straight to the Scorched Lands. Ash must have been very keen to keep an eye on whatever Silver was doing there. Oh ho ho, this place toasty. I like toasty. Pull yourself together. The climate might be to your liking, but I bet the locals won't be. Sorry, Master. Blaze be good. This place, I recognize it from my evil architecture throughout the ages classes. It's Dragonspire, Lord, an ancient dragonkin city built into the side of a mountain. Remember, I told you that the dragonkin were a hybrid race of dragon and humans? Don't ask how they came to exist. It's best not to know. But the dragonkin were wiped out with the dragons, so I wonder why this city is important to Silver. It seems there's a temple at the top of the city. It looks occupied. Looks like that's your next destination. Yes, the cutscenes are quite amusing. You must find a route through the ruined lower city. Now I want you to stick together. If Silver can create beasts like Grub, Duggan, and Ash, who knows what he might have waiting to snack on an unwary minion. Gulp, says everyone. Where's everyone else? Oh god, we're supposed to stay together, but they're instantly split up. Okay, but we need to get 2 people here. Can you hurt the door? You cannot. Well, let's see what else we can do. We've got a stink plant. Do we have a way of setting the stink on fire? I'm pretty sure the key is useless to you. Try throwing the key to Giblet. Maybe they can pass it to Zap. So you want me to pass it to Brown? Somehow. And then Brown is supposed to pass it to Blue. Trespassers will be shot on sight. How do we block their sight? I mean, being Invisible Man would be one answer, but we aren't Invisible Man, we're Walk Across Water Man. It's not obvious how it's helpful. Okay, that lets 2 of us meet. We would want fire and fart for that. I don't see how us being here is helpful. I truly do not. So let's try and do Fire Guy's sequence, as we haven't touched him yet. No, someone needs to get to the other side of that door and put something there. Yeah. Well, that's not very nice. I can't see anything else that green can do at the moment. Nor do I understand what else blue could conceivably do. You can grab a barrel. Can we throw the barrel? To where it's needed. Maybe. Yes, it looks like we can throw the barrels to where they're needed. Alright, so go grab another. Alright. Does that do enough? We can only try. No, we would also need one here. Okay, so how do we get a barrel here? There was a third step in the chain that I didn't know. Okay, we give you a barrel, is the answer? Come on, game. Thank you. Now the second barrel. Good, and now the third barrel. That might be too far away. So let's just grab one extra. I'd rather not have to redo the first 2 barrels. I'd rather have too many explosive barrels than too few. Yeah, that looks reasonable. Alright, go. Set off chain reaction. Okay. Now that should, in theory... do nothing? Because no one can get in there? Well, I can't follow it with red, because these doors aren't open yet. Unless I'm meant to have blown up those doors as well. Which I guess might be possible. No, but then they would have blown up when we put the... Like, we've chained stuff to the other side before, right? Surely that would blow up the door if an explosion was going to blow up the door. It only blows it up very temporarily? That is a weird way to do a door. Okay, but now we need to open the next one. Pick up the barrel. Oh! No, I really don't want to have to restart as red, he says. And go through this again. Oh, that is mighty unpleasant. Well, you know what's something we haven't tried before? Seeing if explosions kill monsters. Yes, conveniently. Alright, we need one more barrel. No, I wanted you to pick that up. You... I wanted you to pick it up! He might not be able to. He might only be able to throw at it, which would be... Maybe it has to be done via this person, so... Let's not give Red the chance to screw it up again. And I don't think it's the fire reaching the door, I think it's the fire temporarily lighting the little torches. That the torches are the triggers for the door. Yeah. See, then that goes out, and then the door comes back. Alright, then how does you being here help? It helps because you're needed here. God damn it. Are we screwed because we can't get back through there now? No. And in fact, we can activate this now, maybe. Find out what this does. Seemingly nothing? That's a grave disappointment. But then there's nowhere else for you to go. No. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's nowhere else for you to go. Okay, maybe red can reach there, and green can bring the stink from here all the way to there. It costs him his life, but he revives, so who cares? And now that they're gone, blue can come up to the top. And then all 4 people can be pushing the buttons. We find out what those teleporters do, presumably. Stink. And you. And you. Victory. Kind of weird that they don't just bring all your people here. Make you tediously bring them one at a time. Fire, get out the way so that Strong can move that. Okay. Revive the other 2 and use invisible. Use Stinky's invisible power. To go past the sniper dwarf. Press the button and die, but it doesn't matter. Mission success. Okay, we need to move up under cover of the block. Okay. I needed to pick up the barrel sooner? I mean, if nothing else, I can surely bring that here. Oh, come on. And then... Four switches will activate the cannon. Well, we've pressed one switch. Where are the other switches? Three of the switches have been pressed? We might be meant to throw it. No, we were meant to walk it. Alright. That brings almost all of us to the central area? But where is the last switch? It's annoying. One switch was there and it's been pressed. Ah, it might be that way now that we can have Stinky here. No. Well, actually, it still might be that. I just need to draw this back. I need to draw the rock back a bit. There, maybe now Stinky can go past. No, that's just frustrating. They probably should have made it a click to be whether you want to leave or exit the stealth mode. Okay, Stinky. Yeah, the final button. Alright. And we were told 4 buttons will do the cannon. Presumably now we need to light the cannon. No, we need to spin this round. Right round, baby, right round. So everyone come back to the middle. Rotate the cannon. Then shoot the cannon. Victory. Red's being a bit of an idiot, but we force them to be sensible. Defeat the regular-sized Australian spiders. Victory. Siege in the streets. Well, the kindred are none too happy to see us. Our deeds precede us, no doubt. It's always nice to be talked about and feared. Minions, you need to make your way up through the streets of Dragonspire and find a way into the temple. I don't think the kindred are going to just back down with a pat on... or to let us through with just a pat on the back and a sandwich. Be prepared to fight for your scaly, grubby little lives. We will see dragons blaze like dragon. Of course you do. They're like you, but bigger, stupider, and angrier. Yeah! Do try and hold knowledge in your head longer than a gnat's fart. As I told you, the dragons are long gone. Cities like Dragonspire are all that's left of them. Oh, that makes Blaze sad. Buck up. Think about all the kindred. You'll be setting fire too soon. On you go. What do we say? For the master! Lots of super dwarves? Do you have a new Pokedex entry about them? We have a Pokedex entry about Dragonspire. When Silver Sylvanas abandoned the Black Flame cult, he went back to his roots, returning to an old dragonkin city located in the Scorched Wastes. A once great and powerful city, it is now in ruins after the dragons and their followers were hunted down. Built around giant dragon nests located at the tips of the buildings and the ledges of the overlooking cliffs. At the city peak is where Silver resides in his temple lair, home to his failed mutant offspring, and where he will make his final stand. And Ash, boss of the elf kindreds, some shamanic elves have discovered dragon blood, using it for their own experiments. Instead surrendered it to Silver, bigger and uglier than normal winged elves, as agile as any of them, with an ability in magic that surpasses all of them. Ash's power should not be underestimated. His talons are big and powerful enough to knock the strongest millions into submission. And finally, Dwarf Sharpshooter. They carry a more sophisticated rifle than gunners, a magnifying glass and torch strapped onto the weapon to produce a crude laser sight. The Sharpshooter has a powerful attack, weak armor, and can be taken down quickly. Oh, also there's supposedly another Pokedex entry that I... Yes, Elite Guard. Elite Guards of Silvus Sylvanus, selected and recruited from the very best soldiers of the various types of kindred, last line of defense, tasked with guarding Dragonspire from attack. Similar to enemies already encountered, but distinguishable them by their appearance. As elite versions, they are tougher and stronger than their previous counterparts. And there's also some new things potentially there, and some new things there that we don't care to read. Alright. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get your kill. I didn't know there were snipers up ahead. We need to be stinky. Become invisible. Good job, Stinky. Can we grab this and use this to open the... Yes. Fire? Good job. A button that isn't a button. Okay, it's only a button once you've picked up the key. Can I throw the key over to here? Not that I can tell. It's unclear what the button does. Unless it was meant to be indicating that it opens that. I could throw the key down? Maybe? Yes. To what end? Who knows? We could also explode that door, perhaps. Too long? Try again. Okay, what about now? Okay, maybe we need to use Stinky again. Revive Stinky, wave after wave of Stinky. Oh my god. Wave after wave after wave of Stinky. unclear how that would necessarily be helpful. Oh, we can use it to kill the dwarves. Yes, alright. Then everyone else may advance. Everyone else may advance. Don't know what use that is. Put the key down. But all four of us can now turn the turnstile. Okay, can we carry that quickly enough to the door? Well, not like that we can't. Go, go, go! No. They don't want you bringing that over here. That isn't the answer. Whatever the answer is intended to be, it isn't that, from the looks of it. If you aren't willing to chase me further down the stairs, I'm happy to kill you from a distance. They've got some sort of kite limit. Is that them respawning? Yeah, it looks like they respawn. What if we bring everyone? Can we overwhelm them with numbers? Okay, maybe they don't respawn. The key holder to the mountain was eaten by the troll. The troll has been sealed inside the lower area of the mountain. Okay, we have the key for that. We've just got to go back and get it. Armory. So bring that key, then that key lets us grab that barrel will let us bring that barrel, will let us come over here and destroy this, which presumably gives us access to whatever the troll thing was mentioned, and then that will presumably give us access to the exit door. My bad, we need to be on the upper. No, you need to run away and revive everyone. Troll strong. Can we look at the Pokédex entry for the troll? Troll mutant. Another of Silvus's experiments to mix dragonkin blood with another race. The troll has ended up even more stupid than a regular troll. However, it has become even more powerful as well. The troll is tough to kill, not only does it have a lot of health, but hits with massive damage. Therefore, the troll needs to be trapped and hurt by hazards. So what, you want us to attract it over to the explosions? Maybe. AI programmed for extra stupidity. Come on, this way. This way, friend. Actually, I don't think I can do what I need there. I can't make the, Yeah, I can't get to those to throw them at him. Oh, but that technically counted as in range. We'll take it. Is there anything behind where Mr. Troll lived? There is. There's a chest. Victory. No way back, says the game. There's a door that we could destroy. Oh, there's more trolls. Fantastic. The troll not stopping moving while the animations happen, but we do, is a bit rude. Come on. Now we just need to attract Mr. Troll to it. Come on this way, friend. Nearly there. No, come on, you want to kill me. This way. This way, friend. One more. Now. No, it didn't hurt the barrel. Revive. Fireman. Shoot barrel. Shoot barrel. There we go. Didn't kill him. What? Okay, second barrel kills him. Revive. Extra goodie. Very good. Temple of the Kindred. Your minions have reached the temple, sire. Even though this place is in ruins, I can tell that it is the work of the Dragonkin. Dragons couldn't build anything more complicated than their own nests. Their claws were too big, you see. You must be wary in this place. The Kindred will be stronger here, and if they're protecting Silver, they'll be even more determined to stop you. But the minions can't be stopped, can you, boys? No! That's the spirit. Fight your way through the temple, find Silver, and stop them. No one messes with the Overlord's land and gets away with it. Okay, they're next to crystals. You do not look like you count as being next to a crystal. I think we can overwhelm that with numbers. Even if it is enhanced by the crystal. Yeah. And then you can't do Jack Diddley because you're up high. Good. Strong needs to stay down. Anyone can go across. Up. And then use that to move the person across. Come on, back across. Okay, we've got a fart plant, which we obviously use for that. Okay, that's all that's in there, seemingly. I don't know why we want a barrel, but let's just roll with it's here, therefore we want it. Can we use it to blow up that? No. Why do we want a barrel? Because of this? Okay, because of this. Honestly, you might as well come as well. While we're here, revive strong. Go revive Stinky. There was a button behind the dragon that we couldn't see. Which now lets us do the puzzle over here, presumably. Alright. No, 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 no. Thank you. Another ogre? We can hide from the ogre? Okay, you have to stay, so do you, and then you have to attract the ogre to get shot by a cannon. But aren't we all stuck in here now? No, we can do this. Yo! Jerkface! Come on. Come on. Oh, how did that not count? There we go. It needs 2 shots. Okay, it needs 2 shots. Victory. That doesn't explain why there's a stinky plant, but... maybe the stinky plant's there so that you can do the other side a different way if you haven't done the left side first. Like, if you've done the right side first, maybe you need the stinky plant. We probably need to light all of these torches at once using the stinky plant. Five. Okay, there's a cannon. Which kills the ogre. And also teaches us that there's some sort of cannons turn other cannons puzzle. Okay, we can do that again and shoot an extra door. Now we need more people, though, so I have to revive our dead friends. One of you stand on this. How do we... We need to turn that one. Maybe you turn that? Maybe you turn that. What turns you, friend? Something has to turn you. That's facing the wrong way. I mean, I guess we don't even need that. We can just directly go here, instead of getting obsessed about chaining more of them together. We need all four, so we need to go bring back to life. Fire. Very good. That's slightly scary and suggests that maybe there are ogres behind some of these doors, but I guess we'll be finding out. Yeah, skellies. Okay, that's not ogres. Skelly is better than ogre. Some sort of timing puzzle? No idea. I mean, I think I can win this by abusing our range plus this flamethrowers them, right? Yes. I am unsure that I can win that with only one of us. Yeah, I think I would need two here. Maybe I can attract him into the corner. Okay. Good for me. Revive. Oh. So we want to attract them into the middle? To get crushed by... It doesn't kill them! That's horrifying. I assumed the Crushionators would kill them. Okay, but it has to be barrel of explosive. Come on, this way. It's frustrating. Revive? We don't have the ability to revive. Then aren't we stuck? Isn't this soft lock? I think this is soft lock. You super duper need to have Fireman alive. Yep, that's poor design then. Oh, maybe not. Maybe these do hurt him, and it's just unclear that it hurts them. Because that one definitely died. I have no explanation for what else it would be that killed it. Okay, no, you're not soft-locked. Bring my people back to life. Not allowed! Awkward? But apparently only one needs to make it through. Yeah. What? No, go away! By my little black claws, it's a dragonkin, a true live dragonkin. The blood, look what you made me do. It was almost finished, you don't understand what I'm trying to create. The dragons were weak, they couldn't endure the rigors of the world, but we Dragon Kid hid ourselves when they came for us. We lived in the shadows, and now I am the last. He does look old and crusty. Who are you to call me crusty? He can hear me? Of course I can. You don't get to my age without learning some tricks. But I will not be alone for long. I will create a new generation of dragonkin. I've merged the blood of so many creatures of this land, and so many times I failed. You've seen my failed children. You saw them and killed them, but no longer. Tiberius will have life. But first, your family must die. New guy, we've got some mirrors. And he casts Fireball. He appears to cast Fireball. So presumably it's some sort of attract him to shoot himself using the mirror. Got ya. He casts Flame Wave. Come on, cast Fireball. He dodged. Good for him. He dodged. Got ya. That might get him. No, he's wandered too far away. That should get him, though. Victory! First try! I can't die! My kind must go on, my creation! Tiberius, he must live! He will be the strongest dragonkin ever seen. He will not hide. He will not live in the shadows. He will rule. Oh, and he goes Super Saiyan mode. Now there are laser beams. So laser beams or stink. Can we get a Pokédex entry on this? The experimental offspring of Silus Sylvanus. He is a true reflection of Silius and a true dragonkin. Nope, no hint on how you hurt him. Okay. So we need to make stink that goes across the whole map. Do we have a stink plant? We don't. How, therefore, do we make stink that goes across the whole map? Because it looks like we need to light up all 4 of the things at once. Maybe we can just do it quick succession? Okay, yes. He has to be standing in the middle. Everyone, come stun him. Okay, so we need to attract him back to the middle. This boss has actually been very well signaled. These 2 bosses, some of them have been very poorly signaled and have had order of operations issues where you can soft lock yourself. But this pair seems pretty good. Come back to life. Revive. Wait, why didn't that stun? Oh, because you weren't technically on the dragon. Yes, you weren't technically on the center plate. That's true. Come on. Come stand here. Victory! Life. At last I have life. But you have taken my father from me. We will be avenged. The dragonkin will walk the earth once more. Over my dead body, take him down. There's a phase 3. Where there are some sort of small things that we might have to throw at him? I don't know. Hello? Okay, you break them on him is the answer. You throw them at him and it... Okay. Sure. Miss. Good enough. Good enough. Revive. Holy moly. We actually got any damage in that cycle. My bad. That cycle we definitely did. You two, get away. You've annoyed me enough now. Not doing what you're supposed to by shooting the thing. You've been ordered to get over here. Ugh. Fine, Mr. Fireman. Okay, have I been born only to die? What manner of fiend are you? The dragonkin must survive. Dragonkin, jumped up lizards. Too small to be a dragon and too intelligent to be a human. At least most humans. Congratulations, you and your minions sent them back to the evolutionary dead end where they belong. Well done, my lord. You are truly a masterful example of the dark hand of overlording at its evilest. Roll credits. It's good to see... It's good to have the boys back. They can relax, put their claws up. But right now, they just want to see their master. You know, I feel a bit of a montage coming on. It's Stench as the green minion. We exterminated a species, yay. Blaze as the red minion. Giblet as the brown minion. And Zap as the blue minion. It's hard to make him seem impressive when his special ability is the ability to walk over water. And me, Null, your devoted servant of darkness. Roll credits. Alright, the last half of that was much less painful. There were far fewer instances of having to precision click barrels into certain locations and throwing things into certain locations. It felt like there were still a couple of cases that one chain of barrels that we had to do in the treetop place was a bit obnoxious. They did a good job of signaling the last couple of bosses better than some of the middle ones where they didn't signal very well. Especially the mirror boss. If you're going to put mirrors in an enemy that throws a projectile, it's pretty obvious what you got to do. So, good signaling. Maybe not the last bit of the last boss. It wasn't clear to me why the little fragments make him stunned, or whether we were meant to throw them at him, or whether we were quite meant to throw them at him and then set them on fire. It was slightly unclear, but we got there. I do like all the lore entries in the Pokédex. Those are nice. The music is decent. The graphics are about average for a DS game, I'd say. Maybe a little too zoomed in, but if they weren't so zoomed in, the little monster guys wouldn't get to be as detailed, and that would remove from how charming they are. So there's sort of typical mascot issues there. The puzzles are generally like it's a little kids game. They'd be fine for little kids. Most of them are a little too easy for adults to be meaningful puzzles. And the biggest Achilles heel is the touch screen and stuff. Like, sometimes it works. It feels kind of nice to sweep and your minions follow where you're sweeping. But whenever you're trying to throw something or make them precision do something, it's really still not really adequately good enough. So I think it's a little bit above average, maybe. Like a 6 out of 10, maybe. Decent length. There's also some, like, replayability in trying to get all the 100%ing of all the levels. We just got to the end of all the levels without collecting all the optional treasure chests and breaking every single thing that was breakable. So there's a bit of replay value there, if you want to super duper 100% everything. Is there anything else after the credits? Bonus content? That just lets you review the video things. Ooh. We've got some concept art of some of the monsters. Hail, Super Cheese. And there's some that we haven't unlocked. I think most people couldn't care, Super Cheese. In order it goes footy, rugby, cricket, and then finally you get down to basketball, and then after basketball you get soccer. So yeah, most people shrug. First I've heard of it from you. As in, first I've heard of it. Anyway, this was kind of cute. Cute, but a little bit too little kidsy. Alright, and with that we can call Overlord minions done. Catch you next time.